Hey everybody, it's Vince from Spradley Kia here in Pueblo, Colorado, and I just wanted to show you guys the SX Prestige Moss Green um, with Dune Brown interior Telluride 2021. I'm sorry, dark moss, not moss green. We have a habit of calling it moss green and dark moss interchangeably, so sorry about that. But this is the big boy. This has got everything on it except for the tow package, and it's got Nightfall on it as well. So kind of coming right up to the front here, you see the Nightfall badging blacked out with the Kia badging blacked out, along with the amber daytime running lights and the fog lights down below. So we have our fog lights down here, pretty nifty. Sensors, you can kind of see them. Got a little get a little closer for you. Here's the Telluride badging. Like I said, it's blacked out for the Nightfall package. And then the Nightfall grill as well, which is this type of grill is only available in the Nightfall. So you have your amber daytime running lights, which I particularly love a lot. And then on the side, you have your 20-inch blacked out tires. Sorry about the position of the sun. You're probably going to see my shadow a lot just because of where the sun is at. It's early in the day. We just got this one in, and honestly, we were selling these before they even hit the lot. So I want to do a video on it before anyone came and got it, which ironically, not ironically, I guess that's the wrong phrase, but there's already 3 appointments on this thing today, so first come, first serve. Here's the back. I really do enjoy the back. You have the Telluride badging again, and then you have the SX V6 blacked out badging, and then the all-wheel drive blacked out badging, along with the uh, with the back sensors there as well. And then you got your side profile here on the side as well. Such a beautiful car. Now, this walk around, I tend to keep them pretty short. I don't go terribly in depth of everything on the car. Um, I just don't. But this one here is like I said, it's the dark moss. It's got the 3.8 engine and the six-cylinder. It's got a bunch of options here again. The Nightfall package. Get out of the sun there if I can. The Nightfall package, the Napa leather, the heads-up display, heated seats, ventilated seats in the first and second rows, and then again the Dune Brown. So quietly, one of my favorite features of any Kia, the high-end stuff, is this button right here on the side. If you have the key on it, you can press the button, and then the door will unlock. You press it twice quickly, and then all four doors will unlock. I already have the car running, so can't really demonstrate that, but it's definitely very impressive. Here's the handle. You have your standard mirror controls, window locks. You have your premium Harman Kardon audio system. And then again, you have your Dune Brown interior. I'll give you guys a quick little headshot of there. Captain seats in the second row and a fully functional third row that even an adult can fit in, myself. I can fit perfectly fine back there, and I'm 190 pounds. That cluster there shows you lane keep assist, blind spot detector, traction control, all that good stuff. Power seats with the thigh extender, which is kind of cool right here. You see the thigh extender. You have your aluminum pedals down there, which I really like in my Kia Stinger. I have the package with the aluminum pedals. Kind of sliding in here. Here's your climate control. So you have dual climate right there in the center. You can control your blower speed and all that good stuff. You can even control the rear auto defrosters and then the rear climate itself, which will populate on the big screen up here. Lower speeds, little fan means it's a lower temperature. So coming up here to the infotainment screen, the infotainment screen is personally my favorite. I actually wish my Stinger had a screen this big. A little house always takes you home, as I like to say, and you have this really cool tri-box system, which you can manipulate. You can go to menu, edit home icons, and edit home widgets. Edit home icons is pretty cool because you can move your icons around in the second screen, and I'll show you that here in a second. And edit home widgets is the main screen. So you can move, like, let's say passenger talk. You can click it and then move it over. Oh, I think you have to move weather over and replace it, and then passenger talk will go over. It's not the easiest thing to do. If you first get the hang of it, it'll go. Move this over here. Well, I don't want to do that, but that's something that just takes, you gotta get the hang of it. Once you get the hang of it, it'll go much smoother. It's early in the morning here, and I just may not have the dexterity for that. So one of the really cool things that the Telluride has and other high-end Kias have is passenger talk. Oops, wrong button. Passenger talk will activate the intercom in the car. So I don't know if you guys can hear it with the reverb, but right now I can talk normally, and you can talk back and forth with the passengers in the second and third row without having to yell, which is, something a lot of people like. I get a lot of questions on it. A lot of people are always impressed. If you press that little arrow on the side there, you can bring up the third screen, the third box, and then you can manipulate it by going up and down. You can make that kind of whatever you need, which is kind of cool. You just hit end, and it'll end. Back will take you back. Got sounds of nature, which I'm not a terrible fan of. Some people like it, some people don't. This is lively forest. I don't really. It's not really my thing with driving. Which is also weird, which I do not understand, is open air cafe. I don't know who would drive to this. It is literally like you are in a cafe with plates and forks dropping and people mumbling. Honestly, I've never actually even heard a cafe that loud before. So I think they're taking some liberties there. So not my favorite. Again, the little arrow takes you back, little house takes you home. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, so compatible with pretty much the majority of the cell phones out there today. Quiet mode is kind of cool. Quiet mode is if you're taking a lot of trips. Quiet mode, when you select it, all radio and media is played only in the front speakers, and all volume is decreased to level 7 in the front speakers. So if you're taking, again, the long trips, or you got little ones sleeping in the back, or big ones sleeping in the back for that matter, you got quiet mode. So kind of cool. You activate it just by pressing it. The little orange icon means it's on. So with Kia, anytime you have the little orange or the little amber icon, that means it's on. So if I go down to my console down here, the surround view, the camera is on. The forward parking sensors are on. Auto hold, which is all you do is put your foot on the brake and press auto hold, then your car will go into like a park mode. I use it actually a lot, especially in drive-throughs or picking up my kid from practice, that kind of stuff. I actually use auto hold quite a bit. And then you have the auto off feature. You have your different modes here. You have comfort, sport, smart, eco, and snow. And then you have your rear wheel lock differential right there, so you can lock your back wheels. Pretty nifty. Again, if it's amber, see how that turned amber when I pressed it? That means it's on. Kind of in the cluster up here, you have your heated seats, your air-conditioned seats, your wireless phone charger, 2 USB ports, and a 12-volt port. The center cluster and the steering wheel. So kind of your standard stuff. If you're familiar with Kia, you can answer your calls and manipulate your voice-activated assistant on the left, and as well as turn the volume up and down and turn the channel on the radio on the left. On the right, you have cruise control and adaptive cruise control also. Adaptive cruise control is kind of cool. You can set car lengths instead of miles per hour for your cruise control. So if you want to stay 4 car lengths behind somebody, you can set that. If they do 100, you do 100. If they do 5 miles an hour, you do 5 miles an hour. Then you have your center cluster. You have your range, 77 miles till empty there in the top center. You can tell you're in park, and you can tell your lane keep assist is on, as well as the temperature and how many miles are on the car, all that good stuff. Now, one of my favorite features is that. That is my turn signal. So once I click my turn signal on, I get a live camera judging upon which side I choose. I'm a big fan of that. Really big fan of that. I really like that a lot. You see that in the Kia Telluride and the high-end Sorrentos now, which is basically the baby Telluride. And then you have the Hyundai Palisade. The high-end Hyundai Palisade does it too. You have your mirror with home link. So if you have a home garage door opener, you can press that, and it will. You can set multiple garages. You have your premium kind of a suede headliner, which is really cool, really super soft. I don't want to touch it too much, but it's really, really soft. Kind of has that really high quality feel to it. I can turn the camera a little sideways. You have your sunroof. I don't know why the name escaped me, but you have dual sunroof. So I press the back one, and that is a dual panoramic. So it goes across your back two passengers for the most part, and then you can control it right there. And then you have your front sunroof with your sound diffuser. A lot of people think it's a bug catcher, which it kind of is, but it's mainly for sound. It's a sound diffuser, so you don't hear that whooshing sound. And then you see that big Colorado sky, big blue Colorado sky out there. So that's kind of the cabin. You have this wood finish here as well. Um, a lot of people like the wood finish. I like the darker wood finish personally, but this brown goes really well with the dune brown interior. These Napa seats are very, very comfortable. So I strongly suggest Napa if you're into the seat comfort. Just gonna move the thigh extender back down. Coming into the second row, this is kind of where Telluride really, really shines for most people. Um, on the Prestige package, you have the heated seats and air conditioned seats right there in the door. You have the captain's chairs. You have the USB ports in the seats for your back passengers. That way they could charge their phones and their gadgets and such. You have a 12-volt adapter. You have a 115 adapter, which you can turn on and off. Close those guys. You have these little hooks here, which a lot of people ask me, hey Vince, what are the hooks for? They're for bags, purses, groceries, little, bags of some sort. Um, People, you put your purse on there, and then if you're the driver, you put your purse on the passenger side. You can easily reach into it without having to fumble around. I've had a couple of people, once they started using it, really become a fan of it. This model has sunshades, so I don't know if you can see the sunshade on that screen there. If you look closely, there's a mesh screen. So you have sunshades in the second row. The redesign on Telluride between the 20 and 21s was this little arm rest. It looks the same as a 2020, but it's just got a little bit more articulation. So that's just one of the small differences between the 2020 and the 2021. And then it's not flat back here. You can see the little hump. So there's definitely, you know, a little bit of a raise to it. And then if you have questions about the floor mats, you can see the the third row floor mat. Third row floor mat is right there, which comes included on my vehicle. Not all Kias have that. So I am just gonna squeeze myself into the third row, and here I am again, 190 pounds. I was able to hop right back there with very little ease. Um, Not too shabby at all. In the third row, you do have the USB ports. You have the seatbelt hooks, so if you don't want the seatbelts in the way, you have the seatbelt hooks there, cup holders, child anchor locks in the back of your second row seats, as well as child anchor locks in the third row. Knee space, not an insane amount of knee space, but I could ride back here and be fine. Um, not not horrible. You have your little port window here, which is our service drive. And then there is the sensors right there. This vehicle has rear occupancy alert. So when you turn the car off, it's going to tell you to check your rear occupancy, make sure you don't have any kids back here that you've accidentally left behind, which I think is a felony now, but Kia's doing their part to prevent that. So one may ask, well, how do you get out of here? Well, I can go back through the aisle, which I'm going to admit a little bit of a squeeze, or you have buttons right here. So there's a button on the top of the second row seat, just like the new Sorento has this as well. You press that guy, and it slides forward. And then I have ample room to get out. So you don't have to wait on somebody to let you out of this car. You can just press the button, she'll slide forward, and then you can, you can get out. So let's see if I can do that one-handedly, not drop my phone. And I did. So congratulations for me. You have your push and pop gas tank right here. So as long as the car is unlocked, your gas tank will be unlocked. Once the car is locked, your gas tank is locked. And then kind of the final thing I'm going to show you guys is the rear. Automatic liftgate. Plenty of room behind the third row. Actually, Telluride has the most cubic inches behind the third row than any other SUV on the market. So it's actually very, very useful. You have underneath this little guy, oh, floor popped off, plenty of cubby space. So not only do you have room behind the third row, you have room underneath the cubby space in the area. And then, let's see if I can do this one-handedly. There we go, pops right back into place. So if you're not familiar with the Kia SUVs, you do have pull straps on the back of your seats. So this pull strap here, I can pull it and drop it. So that's kind of where you get that look. Coming up here, again, you just see the cabin again. Oh, the buttons on the side. So you have your second row left and right drop right there. Sorry about the sun. Let me get a little better angle. You got a second row left and right drop. So what that means, if I press the button on the right, it'll drop. And then you have, again, all that extra space. Not bad, not bad at all. So if you're in the market for a Telluride, I hope this video helps, or if you're trying to compare Telluride between the new Sorento, which again is the baby Telluride, or if you just want to see all the features that the SX Prestige has that the other vehicles don't. One thing I don't know if I mentioned or not is the HUD display, the heads-up display. You typically can't see that in a video, but the HUD display is available on this car. This car has everything except a tow package. So that's just the way it came from Kia, but everything except a tow package. Again, this is Vince here at Spradley. Hopefully this video was informative. Like and share my posts if you enjoy it, and then if you're on YouTube, then subscribe to my channel. Thanks, guys. Hopefully, this was informative, like I said, and hopefully you'll like my video. And thanks for watching. And I'll see you down at the dealership.